Cheryl's white beaver coat transformed into a throw.
So the next project is a beaver coat. It is a short jacket. It's got a lovely color, cuffed sleeve. The customer chose to use her lining. It's really soft and feels like it's in great shape. So let's get started.
I'm removing the lining now, and I'm taking special care not to damage it because we will be using this on her backing. Here we're just getting rid of all the supportive material that is in the collar area and along the hemline. There is lots of it, and like I said earlier, this fur was in really wonderful condition, and the supportive material was not hard to remove. Now I'm removing any hardware that has to come off, as well as pockets. I'm starting to remove the collar area that's going to be used in the border. There were two pieces to that. Next, I work on the sleeve area, and once the sleeve is removed, I cut it down the center, and then I remove the cuffs. The top part I'm going to open up. I open up those darts so it will lay flat. Picking up any loose strings, and then we're going to start working on making the straight cuts for the panels. Now, what's really great about this particular fur is that most of the lines are relatively straight, so there's not much of a flare. So when I go to combine the panels later that I create, it won't be as noticeable as if there was a flare either to the right or to the left. I removed the tops of the sleeves. I'm going to use those also in the border area. The side pieces will be used to make additional panels. Here are the panels laid out, and as you can see, I don't have enough, so I'm going to use the scraps that I collected. And I'm going to put them together to create more panels. Here I'm using a special roller, and what that roller does is it pushes the seams down to make them nice and flat. I'm also showing this to you in real time so you could actually see how meticulous one must be when they're creating these additional panels. All the lines must line up. It must be straight and it must lay flat, because if it does not, it's going to look awkward in the final product. So any excess that I remove here may be joined to another part of the fur to create more additional panels. Now I have a tiny little piece at the bottom that I'm going to have to fill in. And I'm going to take a small little scrap from the corner and I'm going to sew that tiny little piece right there to create an additional panel. It is very time consuming, but well worth it. This is going to be used in the border. Again, tiny little pieces. Here it is almost completely laid out. So now I'm going to start working on the lining. And this is the lining that came from the inside of the coat. And it is double lined, so I'm going to remove the additional inside lining because it's not going to be used in the final project. And then once I do this, I separate the sleeves, I take the inner portion out, and then I work on the center and then the side panels. And this is what it looked like after it was put together. From there it goes on to my long arm to be quilted. Customer picked Waves, which is a very nice quilting design. That just helps stabilize the backing when it's attached to the fur. And here it is attached to the back. So the final measurement was 34 by 48. Here it is. It really is lovely. It is larger than I anticipated because it was such a short jacket. The lines are perfectly done, and as you can see, the backing came out quite nice. Come visit us at dinahsquilts.com.